Today's coverage is about to start. Pleased you could join us for this second round action. I'm Luke Elvey with my mate Rich Beam in the booth. And Beamer, this player really hasn't been getting it going in this tournament, finds himself trailing the lead. What are your expectations of them today?
Well, certainly they're stuck in second gear out there, aren't they? They just make a birdie or two and then they give it back with a bogey. So they need to quit making mistakes. They need to go ahead and start putting this thing in third and fourth gear and start cruising down the highway a little bit quicker, because right now they're trailing. They can't afford to give any more back.
It's all set up to be a beauty. Let's see how it unfolds. Let's see what kind of tone he sets for himself today. And he's down there.
Yeah, this is straight back into the breeze. Going to be a tough one.
Going with a 3-wood here. This one looks just a fraction too long to me. And here we are with the third shot. How close was that to going down? An opportunity for a birdie here.
This one's looking good.
A bit long on that one. Good opportunity here, just 6 feet to the hole.
Yep, tracking well.
And that's an opening hole par for this player.
Nothing wrong with an opening par, just easing their way into this round.
As we move along to the next hole, they're currently tied at the top of the leaderboard with John Rahm. Let's see what happens here on the second hole.
I've never seen a golf course where you're so happy to start off birdie bogey. It's the strangest thing I've ever seen. The second hole, pretty straight away off the tee shot. The second shot moves a little bit from left to right, back up the hill. There is some space on the right-hand side to miss your second shot up by the green, but there's no guarantees that it'll kick hard enough right to left to get back on the green. It's a sensational second hole.
Lining up from around 160 yards. Going with the 7.
All right, we're going with an extra club here.
A wonderful shot, a chance for birdie here at the second. And this effort by Justin Thomas.
Who'd have thought we'd see this? He is behind his rival. Can he do the catching up that's necessary?
A birdie putt awaits. And down it goes. And after that hole, he's now alone at the top of the leaderboard. Here we are at the third.
Birdie at the last hole. Can he make it 2 in a row? Yep, that'll work. That's fine.
Time for the second shot into the third. Opting for the 9-iron. Well, take notes, folks. That's how you do it.
That would be back-to-back birdies for this player.
That was a gallant attempt. Just 9 feet remaining to the hole.
This is what they have left for par. Looking good so far.
Now that's got to be frustrating. Hit such a great approach shot in, but wasn't able to convert. And just keeping it in neutral on the leaderboard. Here we are at the 4th hole.
This is a spectacular par 3. Ideally, players want to hit a tee shot that moves significantly from right to left and moving with the contour of the green. If they can do that, then they've got an opportunity to hit it really close. If they challenge the pin off the tee shot, well, it could come up short in that bunker, and that is a massive no-no.
Opting for the 5-wood. And he's not hit the mark on that approach.
And looking for the fade, but finding the straight shot. Not good.
And a par putt awaits him. Now that's a good putt to hole any day of the week. Now let's switch our focus to Justin Thomas.
He's just coming off a drop shot on that last hole.
This would be a great up and down. Oh, how about that one?
And now this is why you can never get comfortable, even if you're leading a PGA Tour pro. This is what they do. They mean business.
Let's see what happens here at the 5th.
The fairway does run out about 310 yards off the tee, and players not necessarily going to hit driver here. They have to be mindful that the fairway pitches significantly from right to left on their tee shot. From there, they're hitting their second shots downhill again to a green that chases away from them front to back. Again, a simple looking second shot, but a difficult one to get close.
Well played, mate. Sitting at -6. Currently tied for first place. That one should find the surface.
Justin Thomas, he looks like he's having an absolute blast out there today. That was a fantastic shot into this green.
It was on a good line. Well, this would be a good one to make. It's for par. And as they leave that hole, Rich, you'd imagine a little bit frustrated after such a great shot in. He's currently tied for first. Let's see what happens here on the 6th.
What an incredible design this is. And it really just takes this green and it makes it into a section of 4. The back right, the front right, front left, and back left, they all have their unique features to it, and that all is due to the simple fact that that bunker, which is tiny, minuscule, almost not even there, it basically shapes that green into the 4 quadrants. It is just an amazing design.
Opting for the 5-iron. That should find the surface. Well, that's beautifully judged. Trying to get it to 7 under par with this putt. Ooh, right by the hole. And just a little bit of clean-up work remaining on this hole. Now let's head over and see what JT's been doing.
He's currently trailing his rival. Let's see what happens here.
Always a tough shot to get out of.
Yeah, this is not what they wanted.
Ah, what a shot from the bunker. So after that effort, let's take a look at the leaderboard. This hole here is a par 4.
The fairway bunker down the left-hand side comes in quicker than you can imagine, and so players want to try and hit it out towards the far right part of it, but again, you push it a little bit, and now the barranca comes into play. If you find the fairway, happy days. This green is probably one of the most severe tilted from back to front. Players need to make sure their second shots land past this hole in order for it to come back down towards the hole. You will have a downhill putt, but it's better than coming up short.
Yep, give yourself a pat on the back. Playing from around 110 yards out. He's currently tied for the lead. Getting ready to play their third. Yeah, that's a top little chip shot, that one.
Just eyeballing that one, trying to make it.
And this effort by Justin Thomas.
Now, who'd have thought we'd see this? He is behind his rival. Can he do the catching up that's necessary?
And now we can take a look at how that play affects the leaderboard. John Rahm, your leader, as we head to the next hole. Let's head to this lengthy par 4. Lovely effort, that. Penny, what have they got in front of them here?
Setting up here from about 145 yards.
And choosing the 8-iron here.
Really controlled the flight there nicely with that wind.
Okay, Henny, what's he looking at with this putt?
He's got 10 feet here. I think he likes it. What a great opportunity here for a look at a birdie.
Ooh. And just about 8 feet left to the hole. Nice line.
Oh, that's a clutch par.
Trailing by a couple of strokes now. Time to face a par 4.
Only the big hitters are going to be able to carry that fairway bunker down the left-hand side. Most players are going to try and avoid it and even miss it the fairway out to the right-hand side, which is not a bad miss. From there, the second shot is directly uphill. Deep, deep bunkers on the front right part of this. That is not the place to miss it. Anything that a little bit long will leave you a downhill putt, but that's the safe play.
It's like that ball had a magnet in it for the bunker. Well, sometimes in the game it gives you good breaks and then you get bad ones. Unfortunately, this one's a bad one. Oh, clever play that. Just get it back into the fairway. And here we are with the third shot. 2 strokes off the lead. Going with the 8-iron here.
And he's hit that inside the range.
Not looking good here for the par, but I'm telling you, there's still a chance.
Well, they've found the bunker, but a chance to maybe save from there. Okay, time to return to the action.
They're a long way from the hole here. Work to be done.
Got to try and save the par here.
Okay, steady now. Didn't quite have the right stuff there. This next putt is for bogey. Nice line. Yep, well holed for bogey. Our current leader is enjoying a 1-shot lead. Here we go, the 10th hole.
No, not at all. And what a hole it is. It's changed a lot over the years. This green is actually reminds me of something you would see at Pinehurst. There's no flat spots on it. It either is downhill or uphill. That's it. Players most likely will take driver or fairway wood and try and leave themselves just on the front left portion of this green. That's the most ideal spot they can hit it, no matter where they put the flagstick. However, hitting it there is nearly impossible. A keen short game is absolute necessity to make birdie here.
Time for the second shot at the 10th. Oh, I thought that one was going in. Let's move one step closer to the lead here. This putt for a share of 4th. Just didn't drop.
A par putt on the table. Now let's switch our focus to Justin Thomas.
He's currently trailing his rival. Let's see what happens here.
And after that effort, this is how the field is shaping up. Our leader is a couple of shots up at this stage. pegging it up on the 11th hole here.
It's just a long straightaway par 5, almost a runway, if you like. Both sides of this fairway flanked by huge eucalyptus trees, which frames this tee shot brilliantly. You find the fairway, second shot, once again, straightforward. You must avoid that bunker front right at all costs. That is deep and nasty. You're not going to enjoy being in there. Lovely, lovely rim.
Currently -5. Currently tied for 5th place. Bit offline, that one. You're now into the lap of the golfing gods. Well, this is not a good outcome. Buried in the deep stuff. Nicely done. And this putt to move into 4th place on the leaderboard. Oh, so close. Pretty good chance here. This one's for par. The putt drops, and we're moving on. Currently 5 under for the event.
Always like to see your name moving up the leaderboard. Never a bad thing.
This has to be one of the more difficult holes in golf. The long par 4.
This is where the golf course gets extremely difficult, Luke. This tee shot moves from left to right, but massive overhanging eucalyptus trees down the right-hand side prevent you from hitting a high draw over them. Once you're in the fairway, though, your second shot is to a green that's really not as big as it should be for such a long hole. And there's a famous tree just short and left of this green, Bogey's tree. Not because of the score, because Humphrey Bogart used to sit there and just watch everybody butcher this hole.
Now let's head over and see what JT's been doing.
Now, who'd have thought we'd see this? He is behind his rival. Can he do the catching up that's necessary?
Great looking shot, this.
That was a beauty, right against the hole.
You know, that's why they're on the tour. That's what they do.
Playing from around 160 yards.
The breeze is moving left to right up there.
Looks to have chosen the 7-iron. Great shot. And Henny, what are they looking at here?
All right, down the hill here. Got to be gentle.
Ouch, that hurts. 4 feet to the cup. Yeah, nothing to sweat over that one. Well hold. Currently at -5 now for the event. Let's see what happens here on the 13th hole, shall we?
It's really cool. This tee shot is framed by large eucalyptus trees, both right and left, requires a draw. Nothing else to do. You have to move this golf ball from right to left off this tee. If you do it correctly, well, that golf ball could chase down there miles down this fairway. You find the fairway down there, you're going to love the second shot. The difficulty gets when the pin is all the way back left in this little peninsula. You miss it a little bit left there, you're going to find the barranca, and you're probably going to find a bogey or worse.
Looks like this one's heading safely for the fairway. What kind of shot are they facing here, Henny?
I'd say he's about 165 from this flag.
Going with the 7. That should set up another chance. And this effort by Justin Thomas.
He's currently trailing his rival. Let's see what happens here.
And back to the course with the live action. And this putt is for birdie 3 on the scorecard. That was a gallant attempt. This putt was about 8 feet.
It's looking solid.
Well hold.
And this is a familiar sight. Jon Rahm leads this tournament.
All right, getting into our final stretch. Time to tee off here at the 14th.
Luke, it's a very simple hole in my mind, but for the mere mortals who are playing this game, it can be difficult because this green is not deep, but it's certainly wide, and it does tilt from right to left at a pretty good clip. Historically, it's not the easiest par 3 on this golf course, but for me, I think different.
Oh, that was pure. Good opportunity here to move into a tie for 3rd.
Now that's how you roll the rock.
Yeah, they're good momentum makers, those ones. Good putt for birdie.
And that will move him to 6 under par. He's in a share of 3rd place. Time to hit a good one here at the 15th.
It's a great par 4, and yet there's some players that have seen it a little bit differently lately. I always saw it as a dogleg from left to right, just avoid that fairway bunker down the right-hand side. And this is an interesting green. It's got a high spot on the left, and it's got a low middle section and a high section on the right-hand side, and you never have a flat putt. It is always breaking one direction or another, and it's either straight uphill or straight downhill. This is the most difficult green on the golf course by a long margin. If you see it differently, you can hit it down the right, down 17 fairway, but I fail to see how that's any kind of advantage.
Yeah, that one will play. And what's in front of them there, Henny?
Yeah, the breeze ruffling their shirt, hitting their back. It's going to be tough to control the distance here.
Looks to have opted for the 8-iron.
That's a super shot. That's another green in regulation.
The iron play today has been absolutely stellar. Luke, the greens in regulation, just a fantastic accomplishment. Great to watch.
Lining up the birdie putt here. Like the look of this one. And down it goes. So that's back-to-back birdies.
2 in a row there, Luke, getting their groove on.
He currently sits in 3rd position. Looking to ride the momentum after coming off a birdie here with this shot.
It's an island green, if you can believe that. It's surrounded by bunkers. I think this is another one of the all-time great designs. It's only about 160 yards, Luke, but the whole green is surrounded by bunkers. Everything feeds towards the center and the front of this green once it gets on there. I just think this is a magnificent design. If you hit it in any one of those bunkers, making a par will be nearly impossible.
Trying to get to 8 under par with this putt. Tracking. And that's their 4th birdie of the day. And that will take him to 8 under.
Now let's switch our focus to Justin Thomas.
Who'd have thought we'd see this? He is behind his rival. Can he do that?
Oh, stop it. What a way to make your par.
Tough bunker shot, no bother whatsoever for this player. They find the bottom of the cup.
And as we check in on the leaderboard, it's Jon Rahm on top.
Now at the 17th hole.
At all costs, do not hit it in that fairway bunker down the right-hand side. Anywhere to the left, even in the rough left, is just fine. From there, your next shot should be laid up out to the right-hand side. 3rd shot, straight back up the hill with some kind of wedge. It can be an easy birdie if you get the distance on your 3rd shot spot on. If you get it wrong, however, you could have some issues.
That reminded me of the Big Easy. Silky smooth. Three wins already this season. Time to check in with Lydia Ko.
Yeah, I got to say, check this shot out, and what a shot it was indeed.
Well, there's a scorecard saver, Rich. That's perfection. Okay, let's get back to the action. Sitting at 8 under in a share of second spot. Anything in 5 feet to be handy from here.
This is what they have left for birdie here.
Oh, what a shame. That would have been a nice one to hole. This putt just 5 feet away from the hole. That's frustrating. Oh, a 9-foot chance here. Good looking putt. And there it is. Unfortunately, moving down the leaderboard, that's not the direction to be heading. It's time to tee off on the 18th hole.
Tee shot up the hill. Fairway tilts significantly from left to right. Missing it out to the right is a massive no-no. You'll be blocked out by a bunch of eucalyptus trees that you cannot hit it through. Second shot is to a green that actually tilts away from the players, not towards them, even though the second shot is uphill. Green is historically one of the firmest on the golf course, and getting it close is nearly impossible. It is a heck of a finishing hole.
Just off the fairway in the first cut. Going with the 5-iron here.
Yep, solid connection. This is looking good.
Putt is underway.
And that signs off on today's round. Well, that day is in the books, Rich, and this player seems to be going along quite nicely, don't you think?
That's a good spot to be in. Just kind of hanging around, waiting for their time to pounce on the leaders, but in a good position heading into the final 36.
On behalf of Rich Beam, Henny Kuyak, John McCarthy, I'm Luke Elvey saying so long from 2K Sports.